All right, let's bring in Jennifer Murphy with the Southern Ontario Centre for Atmospheric Aerosol Research. Jennifer, thanks for joining us today. Do you recall a time pollution has been this heavy in Toronto or in Southern Ontario?
Yeah, these conditions are pretty unusual. We used to have bad smog days related to our sort of local air pollution, but this type of dramatic high particle loading is really rare and not known on record for a while.
Wildfire started months ago at this point. Why are we feeling it so much today?
I think it's that combination of the wind bringing it right to our doorstep. And so certainly in the past, we've had hazy skies and brilliant pink and red sunsets and the sunrises when the air, the smoke is being carried over our heads between us and the sun. But right now it just happens that the wind patterns are mixing that smoke down to the surface and impacting us. So we're just in the wrong place at the wrong time at the moment.
Let's also talk about the consistency or what the content of the fires. Does the size of the fire contribute to how much smoke we see or what's burning in those fires, or both?
Yeah, so I think that the hotter the fire burns, perhaps the more of the material in the forest burns. So typically the vegetation at the surface would always burn, but in very hot fires, you have more of the litter and even into the soil burning. And also the strength of the fire may affect how high in the sky the smoke gets lofted. And so that could influence how far downwind the smoke makes it. So certainly the more intense the fires are, the longer they persist and potentially the more material that gets distributed further away from the source.
Got it. So this kind of smoke we know can lead to a long list of different symptoms: headaches, coughing, sore eyes, and throat irritation, that's to name a few. But it can also get much worse for some people and include chest pains or wheezing, asthma for some, heart palpitations. Is it all about that fine particulate, or is there another contributing factor?
Well, the associations between exposure to fine particles and a lot of these negative health outcomes, there's very strong evidence in the literature, both from acute exposure, these extreme values, but also chronic long-term exposure to elevated levels. But we also know that there's evidence that both nitrogen dioxide and ozone, which are two gases that are often part of smoke, also have negative health consequences. So as you mentioned, it's the particulate matter levels that are very clearly elevated. And that's also what we see visually most strikingly, because they lead to the reductions in visibility. But there's also a number of other gases present at lower levels that are also likely toxic, but we don't have all the evidence to know how they're impacting us.
When we go to particulate matter, we saw a level of 186 for Toronto. I'm just wondering, what is the worrisome, concerning level?
Well, most of the evidence suggests that there are no safe levels of exposure to particulate matter, but on a typical summer day, we might see a level on the order of 10 micrograms per cubic meter in an area like Toronto. And so 186 is obviously much, much higher than that. And it's much higher than we've experienced, in most years in the last decade or two. And so this is very unusual type of air for people in Canadian cities to be breathing. And it's certain to have some negative consequences.
Does it make a difference how long you're out there? I imagine if you're out there longer, the more damage you could do. But if you're out there a short time, people are going to say, hey, I'm going to walk down the block 5 minutes to my office. Is that okay?
I think it really depends on whether that individual has a vulnerability related to cardiorespiratory issues. We also know that children tend to breathe more intensely, and so children can be impacted more easily by smoke. So I think, if you're just running a short errand and you don't feel any ill effects, that's fine. But if you are starting to notice your throat burning or that you're having a bit more trouble breathing, I think putting on a mask is a really simple way to protect yourself.
Yeah. Is this wildfire smoke worse than car pollution? You mentioned smog that we've seen in the past. Is wildfire smoke worse?
We don't really know exactly what the chemicals in the smoke that are, or in traffic pollution for that matter, what it is that causes the problem. So the evidence is very strong with respect to just the amount of pollution, but we're still trying to understand which chemicals in these particles are causing problems. But neither of them are good. That's the main message.
You said wearing a mask, of course, can help. We've seen people start to put masks back on again. What else can people do to limit the effect of this air?
So if you're living or working in a space that has air conditioning, I would recommend sealing off all the windows and running the air conditioning on a recirculation, so not bringing in any air from outdoors. And really minimizing the amount of time you're exercising outdoors as much as possible. And unfortunately, that's sort of all we can do when we're in the midst of a large impact like this, because there aren't many other places to go.
This kind of air, you mentioned the wind patterns are going to bring it closer to cities sometimes further away. But is it heavier? Does it tend to stick around longer? Does it take more to move it out?
When it comes into a city, you mean?
When it comes into a city.
Not that I know of. I think, winds can be, I guess, when we talk about, into like a street canyon in downtown or something like that, it does tend to get less windy. But I think on average, it's just really that more people are living in the city. So it feels like it's hanging around, but I don't think cities are particularly more impacted than other areas.
So several spots, as you know, hit a 10 plus on the AQI as far as the warning goes and the alerts go. Are you concerned there are going to be more of these this summer?
I think it seems like this is going to be a very bad summer for wildfires across Canada. So we know right now we're being impacted by the fires in Ontario and Quebec, but we also know there are a lot of fires in BC and Alberta. And just given the conditions, it seems like there's going to be fires for the summer. And so it's likely that many, many parts of Canada and indeed the rest of the world are going to be impacted by Canadian wildfires this summer.
So Jennifer, last question. Let's take wildfires out of it for a moment. I'm just wondering, as a country, we've worked to reduce air pollution in general. Have we been successful at that? Have we made some progress here?
Yes, actually, if you look at the Air Quality Health Index over the last 25 years across Canadian cities, almost every city has made substantial strides. We have many fewer days with moderate or poor air quality and many more days with very good air quality. So in general, it's been a success story. The problem is now we're having the emergence of these extremely bad air days that we rarely saw in the past associated with wildfires.
Jennifer Murphy, good to have you on this. Thanks very much for sharing some of your time tonight.
Thank you.